What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classic Climb Vlog. Listen, I'm in a Jeep Wrangler, so who knows? This might be a little shaky. Sorry, just listen to the audio. I'll probably take it off later. But listen, sorry for the camera being shaky for sure. I'm in the Jeep Wrangler, so the camera's gonna be shaky. So when you come in, don't complain about it. I don't want to hear it. It's gonna be shaky. So it's Jeep Wrangler. They're rough. They are very rough. Like, I see why people just choose a regular SUV. But drop your city and state, help me out, make it work for you, and so we can plan more events for the year. Because I'm basically traveling all over. So again, the video is gonna be shaky. Don't get yourself a headache. Just listen to the audio. Your power. Now, you can flex your power in a good way. Now, flexing your power comes in many forms. Flexing your power can come in the form of your mindset, your attitude, there's just so many ways you can flex power in a good way. Now, what I've encountered a lot lately, and I can tell in this economy, people are flexing their power in the wrong way. Now, what does that mean in the wrong way? I've been at the airport, and unfortunately, sadly, I've seen a lot of, oh, thank you, Sharon Diego, for the $9 super chat, $10 super chat. I've seen people kind of having a bad attitude, working in food and customer service and TSA and even the parking lot. Today I went to go pick up this rental car at the airport, and I just, simply say to the two black men in the airport area that are doing nothing but standing around and talking, hey, I'm looking for Jeep Wranglers. Where are they located? I'm a gold member. Well, they ain't in gold. And these are older black men, that's to me is sad, because usually older black men are some of the chillest black dudes you ever meet. They're usually very chill. They're having a good day. They ain't tripping. And so I said, okay, no problem. So I walk, and there's a sign inside. He's just like, well, you need to go inside and look at the sign, see where you're at. So I go look at it, and I'm leaving. I say, well, have a good day, sir. Have a good day, sir. I hope you have a good day. He's like, well, I always have a good day. So, just being spicy about it. Now, when I went inside, I don't think he noticed me telling the attendant that the man inside was being spicy mouth to me. Okay? Now, what is spicy mouth? Spicy mouth means sarcastic, talking back, whatever. Now, she laughed because she was like, what's spicy mouth? I was like, sarcastic. So when I was leaving, I'm waving because I see she's walked outside to tell him, hey, that lady complained, right? Now, again, I could have just ignored him, went on about my day, but he decided to use his time on the clock to flex his power to be a jerk. So I flexed my power. That's not the best way to use our time. Flexing our power in this current economic situation, in this economy, the best way we can do to flex our power is creating streams of income. Now, many people will say, well, Erica, oh, look, the buffalo are out. Sorry, you guys. There's a ranch with buffalo here. They'll say, Erica, I'm so tired after I leave work. I could never start a side business or a side hustle. Now, let me explain. There's levels to this. If you're in a job where you're making $40 to $60 an hour, in that level of a skill job, yes, it would probably be too much for you to start some type of side business, side hustle. It would be much better for you to buy a rental property, to buy CDs, to buy monthly dividend stocks, to take your money that you make and invest it. It'd be way better for you to do that. Now, oh, I snitch all the time. I ain't scared. So another good way to use your money, if let's say you just came out of college and you only make 20 something an hour, or you only make $15, $17 an hour, it would be good for you to use your time to research, to flex your power, flex your mental powers to do better. Now, prime example, earlier this week I was on Instagram, like I usually am, like responding to comments. And underneath this video, this guy has said the S&P 500. Now, let's take it all the way back. It was under the little T-Pain video where T-Pain said he lost $40 million by giving his manager money to buy properties in South Florida, and they didn't make any money and he had to get rid of them. Now, everybody who is anybody knows South Florida is in a boom. It's in an economic boom. Now, what does an economic boom mean? It means they're making a ton of money in Florida. Even appreciation on cheap, terrible properties have gone up in Florida. So what T-Pain really explained to you is he couldn't even explain how he lost the money, and couldn't even explain the value of, he wasn't educated enough to explain how he lost his own money, which is the sad part. Because even if he bought properties in the hood of Florida and turned around and rent them out, he still would have made money because the rental rates were going up too. So that's how you know someone basically scammed him and ran off a little bit with his money, right? Some contractors or somebody, his manager or somebody. He wasn't flexing his power the right way. So what I've noticed is many people say, well, Erica, I don't want to be T-Pain. I want to do it myself. And I salute that. But again, you only have so many hours in a day. Use it wisely. Now, part of what... exactly, he really wasn't set up right. Another thing is, underneath the comments, a guy responded to my comment saying, yeah, Eric, if you just invest in S&P 500, it'd be great. And some young ladies asked me and this man, well, what's the S&P 500? And I literally, not to be a smart ass, said Google. I typed in the word Google. I ended up having 13 messages between these ladies and other people saying, why you gotta be so mean? Why couldn't you just have told her the answer? So you have grown people defending not using this powerful computer you have in your hand and just talking to the phone and say, what's S&P 500? I'm for real, y'all. They literally were arguing with me about me saying I'm so mean. How dare I? And this is how I know people really, really don't want to get out, don't want to really save themselves, don't really want to get out a lower level of living, don't really want to aspire to more. Now, when you talk to people, they'll say, well, Erica, all I've been exposed to is this. Let me put it to you very clearly. If you're on your phone and your phone is a computer, it's an algorithm in there. If you're not talking into your phone saying, what's S&P 500, what's monthly dividend stocks, what's this, what's that, what's this, what's that. If you're not doing any of those things, your phone's going to give you more of what you're already looking at. What are you looking at? If you're looking at fight videos, cop shooting videos, injustice videos, Trump videos, these things, your phone's going to give you more of that because that's what Google is. It's just a computer. It's just an algorithm. It's going to give you more of what you want. Right? And so I was literally like, I'm saddened by the fact that y'all are so lazy that y'all are defending me, telling y'all are spending more time defending me telling someone to Google, like fighting with me about telling a grown person, an adult person to Google, than not giving her answers. Like, you could have just gave me the answer, but if not, so stay in your lane. So then I flexed on her. I said, listen, I'm a fucking millionaire. And I could have been very helpful to you. I have a channel where I talk about stocks, where I have a Stock Tuesday. But see, you so lazy and you don't want to help yourself that it don't matter. Yeah, so I'll stay over here in my lane and I won't help you. Have a great day. What people don't understand is every day when we're flexing our answers, our responses, our attitude, it's bad. It's bad when you start flexing a stubbornness or a spicy mouth, as they are called. And spicy mouth just means uncooperative. It means sarcastic. It means a lot of things. Now, granted, sometimes when white and Latino women do have spicy mouth, we think it's feisty and it's cute. Black women do it, hey. When I see black men do it, I'll be like, hey, too spicy for me, right? Now look, when you flex that way, sorry, GPS is gonna be disrespectful. When you use your time and energy that way to be defensive instead of open, there's nothing anybody can do for you. There's nothing anyone can do for you. No one can save you. No one can work with you if you are refusing to be open to just the basic stuff. S&P 500? She want a whole definition of in Instagram. This isn't at a laptop where I'm typing and responding to a YouTube comment. This is Instagram, where it's mostly pictures and videos. And to me, that's sad. Because what she basically said is, I want you to use your time, your energy, your smarts to put the question in my pocket. Put it in my hand, because I'm too lazy to put the phone up and say, Google S&P 500. I mean, y'all, that thing is blowing my mind this week. Because I'm sitting here talking to y'all, and I'm like, there is a recession coming. We don't know the day or the hour the recession comes, so we can't time it. That's for certain. But to be so far behind that you don't know what S&P 500 is, someone along the line has failed you. That's just true. Someone's failed you. Someone has not helped you be the best you can be. Yeah, she made it clear she doesn't read. And I know a guy right now on his channel, and I'm not calling no names, but he will quote stuff, and it's just stuff from books. And people be like, man, that's so great. Thank you for giving all this value. It's so amazing. And that's how you know people don't read. Because everything he said, I've read it at least 3-4 times. And I'm like, that's not nothing new. That's old. That's in a book. But there literally is a post on Instagram saying you sound deep when people don't read. You know? Some people really want to be told exactly what to do and what order to do it. And again, the book Average is Over is perfect, because it's like, in America, I can look around America right now. Most people could go work one job, do a little Uber Lyft on the weekends sometimes if they feel like it, and make it just fine. They wouldn't be in the best housing. They wouldn't be in the most brand new cars, but they could literally make it in America just fine. I've seen people do it. But when you really look at it, can you thrive at that lower level like that? No. You really can't thrive. And what is thrive? Thrive means, it means like excel. It means invest. It means a lot of things, right? But thrive, you can't thrive like that. That's so low. That's lower living. Because if you think about it, the average person, when they go into retirement, actual retirement, they live on half of what they had before. Look at most military personnel. When the old people under the old system, when they were retired, they would get half their check, right? So you got some of these military guys, they were making $5,000 a month. Now they're getting $3,000, with disability and all that other stuff. And they would be like having another job. They'd be a veteran in another job in the post office or wherever, somewhere else. Because they didn't plan accordingly, right? They just didn't plan accordingly. And if you're watching this channel, or you have family and friends, most people say, well, I'm not worried about my family and friends. They should do their own planning. I'm not going to worry about them. But we all know that you should be. Why should you be? Because it means your daughter and son are going to come live back with you. It's going to mean that your daughter or son is going to need you to help them with rent money. It's going to mean that your mother, your father, they old but they need help. And if you don't bump up your level of living, what you have now, you will be sharing. Now, many people say, oh, no, I'm not sharing with my mama. I'm not sharing with my sisters or my cousins. I know people right now who are putting money monthly on their sister's rent so she doesn't try to come live with them. He's a black guy doing real well, financially doing well. He bought 2 rentals. He can't tell nobody in his family, because if they realize, they're gonna, his sister with her kid are gonna want to live there. And so I'm talking to this client. I'm like, okay, this is what you need to do. You don't want to stop giving money to your sister because you think she's gonna try to come live with you, and you give money to your mom, even though she's a nurse. So I don't know what she's doing, probably living beyond her means or something like that, or helping the sister as well. So I was telling him, you need to go make more money. And then the way you need to make more money is not more jobs or this, go buy more rentals. Go buy more rentals. Like, he literally went, I follow him on Instagram. He literally went on 2 vacations, didn't post any pictures. Because he's like, if I post pictures, they're going to know. And that's sad, y'all. You can't even live your life and post pictures of your vacation to the Dominican Republic. Or to, I think he went to Jamaica too. Like during the Carnival stuff, where they wear the costumes. Which I probably shouldn't post some of these. Probably shouldn't post some of those. But when people tell me I'm okay where I'm at, and I don't need to do more, I don't need to make more, I'm not just saying it for you. I'm talking about for your parents. I'm talking about for your siblings. I'm talking about for your children. I'm talking about for your grandchildren. Almost every grandparent I meet, they are either sending money or spending high amounts of time with their grandchildren right now. Because the parents can't afford daycare. They can't afford all the school supply. I mean, just ridiculous stuff. And so when I talk about flexing, you know, most people are like, I'm doing all right, Erica. I'm like, but are you? If an emergency happens, are you doing all right? If one of your kids tries to move in with you, can you say no? Be like, nah, I'll just give you a check. Prime example. I mean, oh yeah. But like, you know, another example of this is, you know, and I'm gonna get back to my topic is taking your money you have and flexing it into investments. Essentially, is the topic. So just in case anybody's like, where are you going with this, Erica? I'm ranting a little bit, but I am going on topic. Brian McKnight has 2 sons who are 27 and 30, and they're mad with him because he's not helping them like he used to, right? Like he used to give them an apartment and pay for the apartment for 2 years. Now this isn't uncommon when you have a parent that's doing well. Same thing with Bruce. Bruce kids live in Fayetteville, North Carolina. His son and his daughter live together. Dad paid for a luxury apartment in Fayetteville, I can tell you because I used to go there. They had parties. And he would pay for them to go to Fayetteville State. The son was smart. The son got a degree and then got another degree and got a job. The sister fell in love with a loser. I'm just going to tell you like it is. And he already had kids and she got pregnant. And Bruce said, honey, that's it. The ride for you is over. You now live with that man. That's who you're pregnant by. That's where you will live. I won't pay any more of your car payments. I won't pay any more of your insurance. You've decided to be pregnant by that type of man. That's who you will be with. Now, I get what Bruce is saying. How does your daughter in a damn military town full of military men who are doing something with their lives get pregnant by a know-nothing, a person not doing something positive with their life, trying to stay positive? And what ends up happening is when we spoil people, we let them miss their opportunity to grow. And now instead of being mad at life or being internally ready to do better for themselves, exactly, if you love somebody, set them free, right? Now that daughter is mad with Bruce, right? Because I've lived lower, right? Or Brian McKnight's sons are mad with him. Now, Brian McKnight's son, that's 30, has a whole family, has a wife and a kid, and is out here like, I wish I could be near my dad again. And all that. Son, you got a whole wife and a kid, and he's a singer. He's trying to be a singer like his dad. Now, if he was smart, he'd be following the Ryan Leslie protocol and be creating a membership site and be touring and going to live his life. But he's caught up in somebody to be mad with. And that's what happens when you spoil people. They need someone to be mad at. Now, again, I'm going to say this, and you guys can be mad with me, and I would understand it. I've seen people get divorced, and the other spouse is furious because now life is hard. They're not furious at themselves for not getting skills or getting some kind of part-time job. I've seen women who stayed at home while the kids are little, and then all of a sudden, the kids are older, and she got to go to work, and she's looking at the spouse like, why? So, they said it's breaking up. You guys let me know if it's breaking up. If so, I'll cut the stream early. But my hope is you will take your time that you have now to flex on yourself, to flex the money you're making, because you may not always be at that job, and put it to good use. You know, Annette's worth is a testament of just taking different steps, right? She's a nurse. She done made some product websites. She done invested in Terry's course, day trading. She invested in real estate. She done took another course. Now she's got a group of people she's investing with. I mean, it's a choice. It's really a choice of you flexing the money you already have or flexing your time. So you have to know, do you have time or do you have money? It's a very simple equation. Only you know what you have. I don't know every one of you guys' lives, and I don't try to. Would you share it with me? Okay, sorry you guys. The internet was like, you're done for the day. Okay, so there are parts of Texas I'm rolling in. If you guys can see it here, look at it here. Can you see this open space here? Oh wait, can y'all see it? We out here. So, you know, the internet sometimes choppy. Alright, you guys, so I'm back. I knew the internet was going to be tripping out here in these woods. So anyway, the point of what I'm saying is, a lot of people, if you start today, just, I mean, literally, like I just got a alert on my emails from StockPal, where I bought stocks, and they monthly dividend. They, you know, they always send you a little email like, hey, you got your dividend today, you want to reinvest it? And so I just want y'all to see that if you start today, there's 5 more months in the rest of this year. Do you know how much can get done in 5 months? And I really want you to understand that this is all a mindset thing. And I know people get tired of hearing, Erica, I got money on it, but it is. It's totally a mindset thing, because there are several places where I'm going, or I meet people, and it just starts another connection. It starts another connection. There are some people who I reached out to, they didn't reach back. Now, 6 months later, hey, Erica, we should totally connect. Why? What's different? I'm different, and also time has moved on, right? And if you're a busy person or a person who's producing results, people want to work with you. People want to partner with you. People want to see what your life is about or how they can connect. It's just really that serious. I'm getting a rental before the end of the year. You can do it. Listen, like to be really honest, like if you took the funding course that you're always constantly working on improving the credit and getting more funding, like I said in the video yesterday, a lot of people will say, a lot of people will be like, well, Erica, oh my God, I'm getting offered 20 to 25% interest rates. This is horrible. Oh my gosh. And I go, well, what are you using it for? So I had a client who used it to buy a truck, and his wife was like, oh my God, I've got a truck. And she started seeing the money come in, and I was like, but you've got to use that money to pay off that 25% interest loan that you used as a down payment to get the truck. This isn't flex money. This isn't stunt on her money. This isn't make it clap money, right? Like, I was making jokes on Instagram the other day, but I'm serious. And what happens is your spouse or someone that's close to you thinks, hey, we should be living better. You know, and this is what happened with lifestyle creep. Every time you ever see people make more money on their check or get a raise, it's like their life just keeps creeping up. And you can't do that. There has to be some sacrifice points in order to go to the next level. Because when people start seeing you make sacrifice points and then seeing you like propel, they want to work with you. It happens every time. But Mentor Shelly says she wants to buy a rental by the end of the year. Mentor Shelly, if I were you, I would literally be talking to different wholesalers in whatever area you're trying to invest in. And if I couldn't afford that area, I'd go even further out. I'd go cheaper. I would go to Macon, Georgia. I'd go to Augusta. I'd go somewhere cheap. Because I've been on Zillow, I've been on Realtor.com, and I've seen where places are 10, 15 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand. I've seen them be so cheap that people can buy them with credit cards. People can buy them. You know? Say, hey, you guys, I want to partner with somebody to buy this piece of property, right? Things like that. But for 40 or 50 grand in Cleveland and Detroit, you can get a property with a tenant already in it. You know? So, I mean, there's all kind of places. You just have to put in the work. Or even cheaper. If somebody says, hey, Eric, I found a piece of land. Great. Go get that piece of land. Now go find a builder. And I've talked about this on multiple channels. Go on houseplans.com, go find a builder, and usually builders want to get paid one of two ways. You get the property, they build it, you sell the property, y'all get split at 60-40. But let's say you want to build it to keep it, duplexes. There's a girl in Dallas, Texas right now I'm getting ready to do a phone call with, where she's working with the builder and he's building duplexes on the land. You can refinance that property and pay them their cut, and now you got a duplex. Now you ain't got a duplex rent free, cash free, but you got a duplex. So there's a million ways to do this. It just depends on how serious you are about doing it. Yeah, good stuff. Like, I can't read really long sentences, you guys. If it's like one or two sentences, I can see it, but I'm trying to drive safely here. And there's no stop signs until like another 20 minutes. So it's, if you can see, this part's pretty long. Looks like it's gonna rain out here. A little water over there. But that's the thing. In order to improve your situation, there has to be action taken, right? You know, I hate doing the rah. You can do it. I really be like, what's the next step? What's the next step for you? And that's the most important part, is if you really want to flex your muscle and your power and your thinking and your cash flow, you actually have to do something about it. You can't just wish it. And I was ended up talking to this guy. I'm getting ready to go do cryotherapy next week in an infrared, what do you call it? Infrared was, it's like a sauna, infrared sauna. And these medical spas have popped up everywhere. But again, if you watch some videos I did a while back where people were selling these medical spas, it depends on the level. Now, Botox medical spa I wouldn't want to do. But these medical spas where they're in a small location, all they have is a hyperbaric chamber, oxygen, a cryotherapy stand, which that's your most expensive machine. It's like anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 for that one machine. An infrared sauna and one other room. That's an amazing business. You can literally have one or two employees on staff at all times and have it working, making cash all the time. Now at that point, all you need to do is promote it. Now, of course, I'm oversimplifying. It does cost about 10 to 15 grand to get your cryotherapy certification. So either you would be certifying or you're getting one of your workers to be certified. But the point of that is there's ideals, there's businesses, there's investments to be made everywhere. You just have to decide what is your next best step. In order to truly flex your freedom, to flex power, to like improve yourself. So if you got people on the internet who are too lazy to even Google what S&P 500 is, when I go to these events, I see the same top 20% people. It's true, because most people are not go-getters. Most people are not going to sit out here and go invest in rentals and go do all these things. So same thing when you put deals together. If you're someone who can put a deal together and say, hey, I've got this deal, people will usually try to reach out and work with you. How much is a consult? I don't even know what we changed the links to. So again, you guys, remember, I'm working with the 10X coaching guys. So a lot of my stuff is being updated and changed and new websites and stuff. But it's probably like, I think my last person paid $600 for an hour, $400 for 30 minutes. A lot of stuff can be answered in the live videos or in my courses. So if you're Canadian looking to buy, you actually, the next best step would be to are you paying cash, or you have a realtor, or you're getting a loan? Because if it's a commercial, if it's a you not living there property, you're talking about 20% down. So do you have 20% down for a property in Buffalo, New York? You don't want to live there, that's fine, it's a rental. Next step after that is finding a realtor. That's your next action steps. Thank you guys for posting that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I've been quiet on the consults because we've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, changing things, growing things. But yeah, it's just the next action step. You really got to write it out. So cash, okay. Next step for you would be find a realtor. Also, the next step for you would be to look for property management. Who's going to manage it for you? So yeah, there you go. So if you guys got cash, you're going to do it. Realtor, property management. That's your next two steps, really. So look, you guys, it's starting to get a little thick here in the Houston area. I'm like right outside of it, and I'm going to make a few phone calls. But yeah, you guys, I'll have some good video for this weekend. I'll have some other videos coming up that have been pre-recorded. You should see stuff from Atlanta. And also I have a why I went to Birmingham, Alabama video about the truck. update videos for those who are in the group. Should be seeing those pretty soon. It's pretty feasible. Like, I think people think that's hard, but I honestly know several Africans and Asian people who work full-time. One guy is a family practice doctor, another guy is a chiropractor, and they own a whole nother brick and mortar business. What people have a problem seeing is when they've been an employee so long, they think, how can this place run without my hand or assistance? And 9 times out of 10, many of these places will run just fine without you being there. If you think like you have to be there, that's where that comes from. You're building a business with you in it. You don't need to do that. Everything I'm looking at adding to my company right now is building stuff without me in it. Right now, I'm trying to build a staff around the investment club side of things, so that they work on any questions, any concerns, any updates, any videos, anything that can be handled without me being there. Also future contracts. Then I have a full-time video guy that does video, that does editing, that does thumbnails, Instagram, all kind of stuff. He lives in Detroit, but he's going to travel on the road with me for all the next year tour, because there's a tour coming up of several states, and we're going to make sure we get out here and meet with y'all, because I like that. I know some people just rather sit behind the computer all day or travel all the time, but I actually like meeting y'all and doing events. So I actually find it enjoyable. One of the best things was doing the boat party. Next year is going to be amazing, because it's real live. Like the VIP mastermind we did in Virginia, there's been partnerships made out of that, because people got to be in the room with other people who are thinking just like them and making stuff happen. The one in Atlanta, there's going to be partnerships out of that. All the tours we do next year, like, they'll probably be on Saturdays, and just, $200 events or something like that, something relatively cheap. And it'll be like, that's the whole main focus of that day, is yes, learn about investing, learn about trucking, learn about financing, learn about money, but also get in this room and connect, because that's your fastest ticket to partner. Because a lot of times I'll talk to people, and this is what always happens. Oh, I've got 20K, or I got 20K, I can't find nobody to work with. If you're in those events or you're in those rooms, there's somebody beside you to work with. So but it's all about having systems. So yes, you could work a full-time and have a brick and mortar business, because 9 times out of 10, I hate to say this, a lot of employees, as long as they're getting paid $12 to $15 an hour, like younger women sometimes, and men, and younger men, and the environment's cool, like they get freebie stuff every once in a while on the weekends, or they get certain times off, they don't care. They'll work that place for years. I've seen it. I've seen women who have young kids, as long as they're off at 4 o'clock, they don't care. They'll show up at work, they'll work for years. You know what I mean? I've seen it. So when people think, oh, I can't run a brick and mortar, you can. You just, your best important piece of the puzzle is your manager, because your manager will make or break that company. People will either quit or be hired by that manager. So you gotta like, that's your number one linchpin to the whole thing, is manager. I love the video of the boat party. Thanks. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was very powerful. I'm not gonna lie, I was crying at one point. I was like, you guys are wearing me out. But it was good. It was amazing, because you just got to put a name to faces, internet faces. I had several people who invested in trucks who were there, and it was great to see their face. So it's just one of those things. But I'm definitely gonna do. You should see those other 2 videos probably today and tomorrow, and make sure Kamari uploads them. But you have to build a team of people and have a system where you are not involved, where you don't have to respond, where you create work for other people. And what people don't understand about that is when you do that, it leaves you free to go create more. It leaves you free. There's hundreds of business ideas I have. I even told these other people that I wanted to eventually own a winery at some point in North Carolina or Texas, and the winery can do weddings, it can do events, it can do whatever. Do you think I'm physically going to be at the winery every day? No way. That's crazy. I wouldn't physically be there. It'd have to have a staff. It'd have to have people running it. It'd have to have a marketing team. It'd have to have people who run ads. It'd have a salesperson. I know a person who works in the winery, so I just know all the different people that you usually bring on. There's a guy that just, all they do is try to get your wine into stores, right? They just call around trying to get your wine into stores, and that's all they do all day and night. But that's there's just several different business ideas I have that I would love to invest in right now, between a winery, a med spa. There's also a tea company I want to start. I mean, there's several things I want to do, but again, they're going to require money and marketing. So yeah, exactly. I mean, I'll talk more about it inside the Facebook group, but there's a couple different things I went and found out the pricing for, and found out how to, because there's certain type of teas that if I can make them, oh my goodness, I think you guys would love them, because it's like, health is wealth is a real thing. Like, people are really trying to figure out how do they improve their gut, improve their, CBD oil, all that ties into people trying to get better. Do y'all see this? Oh my God. I don't think y'all can see it from here. There is a giant smoke fire. Do y'all see that? Holy smokes. What's on fire over there? Oh my goodness. Something's a burning. Y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Drop a one in the comments if you can see that. Holy. It's a machine. That's got to be a machine. It's black. Oh, what is that? What is that? Let me see. Sorry, you guys, in the stream, but I have to be nosy. Oh no, it's the roller. Oh no, how'd it get on fire? Somebody just lost their job today, y'all. I mean, I'm all concerned. And the guys are just standing there too. Oh gosh, that's bad. Okay, sorry about that. It would let me rotate back. Alright. So y'all saw that fire. Oops. Alright, you guys. So look, I gotta run. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you guys for watching. Manager's Market. Yep, okay. Alright, you guys. But yeah, we'll talk more about that. So later, you guys.